What's up, guys? It's the real estate coach here, Marc Mendez. We're about to film another episode of Everyday People with my Marc Apparel partner, Erik Ankrom. We're gonna call him live and just start asking some questions, and let's see how it goes.
Hello.
What's up, man? You live? You live? You got a high mic now. You got a hot mic.
Oh, uh-oh.
So what's up, man? So just for the people out there listening and understanding our relationship, Erik was my first quarterback, like literally in Pop Warner football, and it's the first time in my life I learned how to protect somebody, and that's a whole life lesson in itself, and we'll talk about that one day. But you know, this guy's life depended on me for a little bit, even though we were little. So, Erik, what's up,
Hey,
man?
hey,
Introduce yourself.
hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Erik Ankrom, man, CEO, Marc Apparel, ex-quarterback, ex-DJ, ex-everything, entrepreneur.
There you go. So, man, we've linked up. We have a tight bond, but one of the beautiful things I love about our story between me and you is like, we built that bond early, and we didn't
Yes, sir.
necessarily have that bond like through middle school, through high school, but now we recircle back, if that's a word. It's probably not, but
Yeah.
we
Nah,
back
man.
here now, and like we look, we trying to do big things. I'm an investor in Marc Apparel, and just because I believe in everything that the Marc Apparel stands for. So tell me
Right,
about
right. Yeah.
part of the entrepreneurship. I know you do real estate, which I do
Mm-hmm.
too, but it's not a real estate segment, so we'll talk about that later. But tell me why Marc Apparel is so important to you, bro.
Man, like, I literally, one day, man, going to the bathroom, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, you know what?
In the bathroom, this is
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
did.
hey, bro, you'd be surprised where ideas come from, you know what I mean? But But yeah, so like my wife had she had a machine here that to cut out vinyl and stuff like that, and she was doing church, and then she started doing school, and I was like, you know what? I was like, man, I'm gonna make a Marbot shirt, and I made it. It was rinky dink. It was on an old shirt that I like an old white shirt that I had, and I made it and I posted it, man, and it went crazy.
So what
I
was the
think like the
first
first.
shirt of Marc Apparel? Like what was the design?
So the design was the exit sign, like the highway sign that says
Yeah.
exit 7. And around that time, that's when I think the Marbach exit sign said, what does it say, 8? Did it say 8 at the
It,
time or
it
something
was
like that?
A for a little bit, and everybody clowned
Yeah,
me for that.
yeah. And so I posted it, and uh, Mary, Demas's wife, she
Yeah,
was like,
Mary.
yeah,
Well, I'm trying to
no,
think of her maiden name,
yeah,
but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Prado,
about.
Prado, Prado.
Prado. There you
And
go.
yeah, and she ordered like 6 right off the bat, one for Demas, one for Gary, and then all her other brothers. And I was like, man, this is something that I could, you know, I can do and kind of like bring awareness to our
Yeah.
neighborhood. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: why is Marbach so important to you?
Man, my block, that's where I grew up, bro. Like, this is my home. I mean, I moved away after school. I lived in Houston for almost 17 years. And when I came back, I lived over there in Bronx Station, and this house came up for sale over here off of Marbach behind J, bro. And it was like, dude, I can't leave Marbach. You know what I mean? Like, it's important to me, man. It's my roots. It's my heritage. Like, I literally live, and 2 houses down from where I grew up.
Yeah, like
And
literally,
I mean,
like two, three
yeah,
houses down from where you grew up.
yeah. And all my neighbors, man, they know me since I was a baby. I mean, it's just, like it's my comfort, man. It's it's where I grew up, man. It's all the memories and stuff that are around here. You know, everything that Marbach stands for. You know, back in the day,
So let me
and it's
ask you
just
this: like, we've all, we're from Marbach, right? Like,
right,
you
right,
know, I know the reason we've done business together is because we have the same vision. Like,
right,
we want to bring
right.
awareness to Marbach. Like, yeah, we love being ghetto. We love being like people that people outside think we're like a certain type. But
Yeah,
what I love about our vision is like, yeah, we grew up like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's who we are now. Let's
yeah.
talk about
But
that.
see, and that's the persona that we give off as far as being from Marbach is that we're ghetto,
Yeah,
and we're not. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we didn't grow up, and we didn't have like what the kids over there in Stone Oak have,
yeah.
or in the Dominion have, or the rich areas, bro. But like back in the day, like Marbach was the place, bro. Like if you lived in Heritage, bro, you were rich. You know what I mean? Like
You weren't from
that's just how it
Brownleaf.
was.
You weren't from Dogtown. Like, yo, you had to be rich.
No,
Yeah,
no, man. Like you were. Yeah, you weren't off of Penn Road, bro. You know what I mean? Like you weren't Brownleaf, bro.
yeah.
In Heritage, bro. Like you had two-story houses. You know
Like,
what I mean?
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know they built 2-story houses.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, over there in Heritage, bro. Like right off of Ellison, you take that long drive to the duck pond, man, and there's like 10 two-story houses on that street.
Yeah.
Like before you get to Dugas. But yeah, man. So like like even not nowadays, but like we were all connected back then. Even though we went to different middle schools, like you pass 410 or you pass Cable Ranch, bro. You don't go to J no more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you go to Stevens or Warren or
But look,
hell
you're
South
being
Bradley.
nice because there was no Stevens when I was growing up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like there was
There
no
was no
Stevens. Like
Warren. It was Jay and it was Holmes, and that was it.
yeah, and it was like Rayburn, Jones, uh,
Peas.
P. Like bro, we all you know
So
we
let me
all went
ask
to
you
the
this. Let me ask you this. What do you think changed about that, bro? Because if you're from Marbach, and obviously today, I'm a big believer in that, and I'm trying to change. Like, we are trying to change the whole misconception. Is like, why do you think us as younger people believed in the Marbach family and the camaraderie that we believe in it as it is today?
bro. Like we like back. It was just a big area for us all to know. If you didn't know us or you didn't know me personally or nobody knew Marc or nobody knew Melvin or nobody all those guys like you knew somebody that knew them. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
we're just all connected and like it's still like that today, bro. Like meeting people like selling me shirts. It's like, hey, do you know so and so? Or like, hey, do you know Arminex? Hey, do you know Bino? Do you know Jesse Waters? Do you know,
Now you
And
throwing
it's
out
like,
some old, now you throwing out some names now. I see you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, hey, Sweetie, the Coleman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even though we were all in different areas, as far as like maybe even zip code wise, like we all were connected. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I feel
I
like
mean,
we all had
it
the
and it,
same like common goals. Like, look,
yeah,
man, whatever you doing in Brownleaf, whatever you doing in Meadow Cliff, whatever you doing in Rainbow Hills, the sewers,
yeah,
like, bro, we all from the same community, aka hood, right? Like, we should
yeah.
all be
But
together. Why do you think other people think that's so weird? Like, I mean, bro, listen, I get a whole lot of clapback, especially now I'm in realty. I'm meeting people that don't know anything about anything where I'm from,
mhm,
right? Like, they see me being successful in real estate, then I'm just like some guy that's been successful. I'm like, bro, like, I don't think you know where I'm from. Like,
yeah,
success is
yeah,
not something that's just handed out.
yeah. No, I
So,
mean, I get that, and that like the whole common. I mean, when I first started this whole thing, bro, like I got so much flack, if you want to call it, like people talking down on it. Uh, one of my good friends, he's kind of like an ambassador too, Lavola, bro. Like he posted it, and I mean, it got like it went viral, bro. Like almost
Shout
a
out
thousand shares.
Livola,
Yeah, big
Gabola,
Lavola.
Mola Ola.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Lil Ken, hey, Lavola, Lil Ken, So San Antone, Kyle Lee, bro. And all these guys, bro, they're putting off from Marbach, bro. Like Lil
absolutely.
Ken came over. Lil Ken came over before the last video shoot, and I had to bring it to him, bro, and be like, you're not even from Marbach. You know what I mean? But these are all people that we grew up with. Like we're like bro, like Marbach. You mentioned Marbach. Marbach's connected in some way with
To
San Antonio,
something, yeah.
right? Whether it's known as good or bad, you know, lately it's been a lot of bad, and you
Yeah,
know, like you and I both know we're trying to get something started with that.
yeah.
Um, but
There's a
you know,
lot
like
of red
everybody
tape with
wants to.
that, bro. Like we've
Yeah.
literally, and I'm not trying to call nobody out or start no controversy, but we have literally spoken to the administration and
Right.
have tried to give back, for lack of a better term, to our own community and to say like, yo, Marbach is this, but it's also that. Like, there's a lot of successful people that have come out of Marbach, and the reason
Yeah.
I think we're successful is because we learned to channel our pain into positivity, and
Right.
pain is irrelevant. Like is pain is a given, and
Right.
I think as we as people, as human beings, we're all gonna go through pain. Whatever that pain feels like. Like whatever the
Right.
pain feels like to you may or may not feel the same pain that I felt. But if we can learn how to handle that pain, man, there's some positive things that can come out of it.
Right.
So
Right. And that's that's going back to like speaking to the youth and bro, like we all grew up different, bro. Like, you know, I I grew up in kind of like a broken home, bro. My grandmother raised me.
yeah,
Um, I mean, so we all grew up different. I mean, I know the pain that I felt growing up as far as like not having a dad and my mom around as much as I wanted to. Like that's a different kind of pain than the pain that you felt or
yeah,
so and so felt and stuff like that, bro. So like, like I've tried to teach you, like don't be a product of your environment, man. Like be what you want to be and do what you want to do. Like it doesn't matter. Like your dad wasn't there, your mom wasn't there, so be it, bro. Like, hey, you can still become whatever you want to become, man. It's just you
right.
got to put your mind to it and kind of like learn to embrace what you didn't have so you could appreciate what you do have or what you strive for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to tell all my students like, hey, we all have a story. Like
Yeah,
everybody has a story. It's like, what
yeah,
are you gonna do with that story? Like, what's gonna be the final books, the chapters? Like, do you want to just like, because I do feel we are a product of our environment. Like, I'm a big believer. I always ask this question to like smarter people, like psychologists and things like that. Like,
hmm
hey, are we a product of our environment? And they're like, yes, but there's always a but.
yeah,
Like what you do with that pain
hmm
is what ultimately leads to who you are and who you can become. So I feel like the older generation, albeit like we had harder parents or non-parent, we had harder people in our lives. Like, yo, this is what it looks like. This is it.
yeah,
But what are you gonna do with it?
yeah,
And I just unfortunately I feel like today's society, younger kids, just like I hate to use this, but like we play a victim mentality. Like it's
hmm
such a victim mentality. It's like, yo, this is what I'm dealing with, and
hmm
nobody understands. I'm like,
right,
we all understand. We all went through something, but
yeah.
what are you gonna do with that pain? So
hmm but it's easier. It's easier. I mean, I'm not gonna say every kid, but I think it's easier nowadays for kids to use that pain to their advantage and get either what they want or use it an excuse. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
Use it
Well,
as an excuse to
kids
me.
today, like you said, they use it to their advantage
Hmm.
versus like actually suffering and using that to their
Yeah.
advantage. Like because we all suffered, and
Hmm.
what we chose to do is like use that suffering for transgression. We use that suffering for progression. And
Right.
nowadays, it's like they use that suffering for an excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing that like what's going on with Marbach today, bro. Is like you got all these little kids out there running around with guns and drugs, and I mean, bro, like they literally just found. And I had known about it about a week ago uh, about finding guns at Jake
Yeah.
with drugs. Um,
What I mean,
and
I don't know if this is breaking news, but there was guns at Jay a long time ago
oh yeah,
on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Like now because it's public or it's more accessible, social media, like bro, there's been guns.
yeah,
That's not new.
yeah.
But how we
But
use
it,
those
but it,
guns and what we do is with it, you know, that was it's different.
yeah. And I mean, it's like hearing that news, like anywhere, shootings at this school. There's gonna be, there's, somebody said they're gonna shoot up this school. I mean, it's sad, bro. But like when it touches, I literally live like less than a mile from Jay, bro. Like
Yeah.
when it gets that close to home, bro, it's like it's heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Because bro, like when I was in school, bro, all I wanted to do was play sports, bro. Like that was my outlet. That was how I got my aggression out. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
these kids nowadays, bro, like they don't want to do that. It's like it's easy for them to say like, you know what, I'm gonna start selling drugs. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, it's a lot of hype with all this rap music and stuff like that,
Yeah.
bro. Like they they see it and they want to be that. You know what I mean? Which is fine. I don't knock nobody's what they want, dreams or anything like that, bro. But it's like a
I,
lot of
I,
these a lot of these rappers are
I
just
think
grinding and
the difference is back in our day, we knew what real was fake.
yeah,
You know, like you can be a gangster rapper. You know, I mean, 50, Tupac, although Tupac
yeah,
probably I mean, the real gangster, but like you had all these quote unquote gangster rappers, and you listen to them, but they
mm-hmm,
didn't tell me what to do with my life.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I heard them, it was cool, it was dope, but like,
mm-hmm,
bro, I'm the biggest DMX. Like, bro, if you put a DMX song right now, I lyric like word for word, I can speak it out. But
yeah,
that's what I used to get me hype. It wasn't how
mm-hmm,
I used to live my life, if that
yeah,
makes sense. You know, like
yeah,
I heard it, I hear your pain, DMX, but you're not gonna tell me what to do in my life. And I feel like today in society, music, social media is like we're literally forming our lives based off what we see and what we hear versus
mm-hmm,
what we're actually going through. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah, perfect.
So,
Yeah,
well, look, man,
but
it's been good. It's been a good interview. I don't. How long we been?
I don't know, bro. 20 minutes.
Wow. Well, you talk
Or
too much, or maybe I do,
18.
but that's not the point.
Yeah.
So, CEO of Marbach Apparel, Mr. Hated On of Hated On. By the way, I'm a business partner, so y'all better chill out, cause Marbach Apparel and me, we 1-on-1. But
Yeah.
what's the lasting message you would like to leave to anybody listening, tuning in? What's the last word you like to tell them?
Man, just embrace where you're from, man. Like embrace where you're from, and don't ever forget where you came from, man, because it's what made you the person that you are today, man. And you know, put your mind to it. You can be anything that you want to be. You can do anything that you want to do. You don't have to have the best grades in school to to be who you want to be, man. Like, don't ever be afraid to be you, man. Like, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I mean, I get a lot of flack, man, on this whole Marbach thing and Marbach
Yeah,
ghetto, Marbach this. You know, bro. Like, I mean, you know, I mean,
Bro, I
I
get
grew up.
I get, I get messages on a daily, and so I can imagine you being like the original
Yeah,
Marlboro. Like
yeah.
I'm like, why y'all asking me like what do you mean, bro? Like you want a
Bro, like
hoodie or a shirt or not? Like what's the
one of
problem
the
here?
one of the first kind of like hate messages I got or hate comments that I got, man. It was some dude, and he said, "Oh, this fool's over here making Marbox shirts, and he probably lives in a 50 square foot house, and just going back and do that, and it pissed me off, bro. Like I was so mad, and I went back at this dude, and then he started like he was like, meet me at Pearsall Park, man. And he's like, I'll beat your ass, blah blah blah, and I'm like, dude, like he started taking pictures of my personal Facebook, and he was taking screenshots of my girl, and he was like, bro, why does your girl look like she gives top over there
Yeah.
where was it Fitgo or wherever it was, bro? And I'm like, I was getting mad, bro, but like now I've kind of like learned to just embrace it because it's like even negative attention, bro, like draws people to me. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
mean, business wise, any attention is good attention, but
Oh yeah,
what
yeah,
we have to do is to teach these people is like, bro, like this is the movement.
yeah,
Like this ain't about no $100 hoodie type. Like this is the movement. Like we're trying
yeah,
to change kids' lives. Like you can pay my bills, which I appreciate. Like listen, I ain't never been mad at making money,
yeah.
but like it's bigger than that. And
Mm-hmm.
me, Coach Mendez, Big Marc, I don't ever attach my name to nothing that I don't believe in.
Yeah,
And that's a problem with people because they attach their name to anything, whoever, whenever. You
mm-hmm.
want to you want to reflect that on me. Like no, bro. Like Marc Apparel to me,
Yeah,
we've had conversations. It means a lot to
yeah,
me. And
yeah.
making money is cool. Like trust me, I like to provide for my family and my friends. But
Mm-hmm.
the reason I make money is because I've been A1 since day one. Like
Right,
you
right.
ain't never met Big Marc in his life, and he was a jerk to you. And if you think that, I mean, I like to hold up my history versus yours. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's all love. It's all
yeah.
good. It's all
But
it's all for the betterment.
bro, like and this circles back to the whole Marbach thing, bro. Like you can meet anybody. I'm gonna throw an age range out there, but you can meet anybody from Marbach between 30 and let's say 50, bro. And
That's a wide range.
hey, I mean we're like if somebody's 50 years old, they know somebody that you know. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And the thing about you is every time I talk to somebody about Marbach or about Marbach Apparel, bro, like your name gets thrown in the mix. Like no lie, not because I'm on your show or whatever, but like we always end up. Everybody knows Marc. You know what I mean? Like everybody knows Big Marc in some kind of way. You
But
know what
why
I
do you
mean,
think that is?
bro? Like that's kind of like the point that I was getting to. Like everybody from Marbach in that age range is like I don't think any of us have ever given anybody else like an attitude or we've been rude to people. Like bro, like we grew up the right way. You know what I mean? Like even though, like I said, going back, like it was hard when we grew up, but we grew up with respect. And if we didn't learn it from our mom or our dad or our family, bro, like we had coaches back then that gave a damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
And
do.
so it's just a respect thing, man. Like it's I mean, just like going back to what you said about you've never been rude to anybody. Like the Marc that you hear right now is the Marc you're gonna hear 10 years from now. The Marc that I knew when he was a little rascal running around over there in Columbia Field, he's the same person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
nothing's changed other than a couple bad knees or whatever.
Couple. I'm
But
on. I'm on surgery number 7, bro.
eventually they'll get it right, bro.
Yeah. 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 I'm about 2 inches.
No, but
I'm about to 6'4", bro. I might go play in the league now. Yeah, I know.
You
That's
can't go wrong
funny.
with
I
third,
like
bro.
it. It's funny. You right. Hey,
Nah,
look,
bro. But
man.
I mean,
So I want to appreciate my guy Erik Ankrom. Listen, you know when Terrell Owens said, "That's my quarterback." Like, bro, like this is my first ever quarterback. Erik Ankrom. He didn't know me. One of the greatest stories I ever tell about Melvin Dudley, and we'll close at this, but I tell the story to anybody that I know, like Melvin. Melvin Dudley is he's a very valuable piece to who I am. He's my
mm-hmm.
OG. Like, and people may not like the way Melvin tells stuff, but when he talks to me personally, there's something that resonate. But I'll never forget the day. It was my freshman year in high school. I quit my 8th grade year at Rayburn because, bro, I'm from Ray. We're from Columbia, bro. We don't lose.
Yeah,
We don't lose. So I go to Rayburn and, bro, we don't win. Like, bro, Jones 7th grade B team beat our
yeah.
A team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I was such a bad loser at the time. I'm like, man, F this. Like, I'm quitting. I quit. And so when I got to J my freshman year, I'm 6'2", like 270 pounds. They're probably like, who's this big mother sucker? Bro, I got no opportunity. None. Because they didn't see me play middle school ball. It's like, who's this
Yeah.
big L goofy? And so I never forget, bro. There must have been at least 4 tackles in front of me, at least 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Yeah.
all kept effing up, effing up, effing up. And they're like, who else plays left tackle out here? I said, bro, I was so scared. I raised my hand. I was like, I do. Get your ass in here then. Bro, I went in there. I'll never forget. It's a draw play to Melvin Dudley. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to set for like 2 seconds, chuck the defensive end, and then go get the play side linebacker. And then maybe that was the only play I ever knew. But I was like, look, I need to make this right. Like, I got to do this good. So I set 2 times. I chucked the end, and I went and got the linebacker. And this is practice, mind you. Like, this ain't no game. This is practice. And Melvin gets the ball, and he goes scores a touchdown. And they're like, and we come back to the huddle, to the huddle, and Melvin Dudley, like, bro, Melvin Dudley's like my hero. Like, he's the most popular freshman I ever seen in my life. And he comes back, he's like, good job, Big Mark. And I'm like, Big Mark? Who's Big Mark? Like,
He said,
that's not even me.
"Did
Like,
did we
my
just
name is
become best
Mark.
friends?"
My name is Marc Mendez, sir. Like, who's Big Mark? You know what I mean? Like, and he just trusted me ever since then. And then I felt like I proved myself to him. But that's how life is. Like, you have to go out there and put the work. You have to go out there and be prepared for the opportunity. And I felt like I was because I loved football at the time. I hated losing. I was a sore loser,
Yeah.
and I've grown. And so Marc Apparel, bro. Like, we about to start promoting this. This gonna be a sponsor on the podcast. Everything. Look,
Yep.
we can make
Hey,
any design for any hood. Like, it don't have to be Marbach. We'll make
yeah,
whatever you want, whenever you
yeah,
want.
yeah, we're slowly expanding, bro. Like we're about we're at Calabria and 410 now,
Yo,
working our way to Ingram.
hey. Remember when the third degree used to be in Ingram at what's that spot called? I forgot.
Urban City,
Urban
bro.
City. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, and Juan, the owner, whatever, man. He had to hook up on all the J's like 3 weeks before they released.
Look, don't get this on camera, Elliot, but I paid $850 for some bread 11s last night, bro. And everyone's like, "You're stupid," and I'm like, "Look, I am stupid, but I swear to God, I'm gonna own this pair of shoes one day in my life." Like, bro, having a size 15 and 16 size foot, you don't just like find shoes magically, you know? So now I'm
Yeah.
like, man, 850, like, I mean, look, tell them I ain't got it. Like, yeah. But bro,
Bro,
I
when I
bought
when
those
I seen you
last
post
night.
it,
I
I was
bought them
like,
last night and I'm like, listen, mama, I made it because like I just spent $850 on shoes that I would have never spent 150 for before. And it's like literally just like fulfilling a prophecy. Just like, listen, if I ever had make enough money to own these bread 11s, I'ma do it. And I checked that.
bro, hey, shoe stuff. I got a funny story, bro. Like when I played seventh grade basketball with Jones, right? You weren't there, but
No.
uh, bro, like that year, I was like, I told my grandmother, I was like, I'm gonna try out for the basketball team, blah blah blah. Tried out for the basketball team, made it. And I don't even know what shoes I was wearing at the time, bro. Probably some cheap ones or something like that. And I made 18, bro. Seventh grade year, and I'll never forget this, bro. Like I was so embarrassed, bro. But I went to Wieners because there was a Wieners right down the street.
We were just talking
And
about Weeders earlier.
you remember where it's at, right here where the
Yeah.
door's at, right?
I know exactly
So,
where it's at.
bro, my grandma took me over there, bro. I bought I wanted to get I want to say the Shaq Gnosis shoes, bro. And tried them on. My grandma made me run around, throw my toe and everything, make
Hey,
sure that they fit
back then you
right.
said like, look, run around, run around.
Yeah,
Let me make sure
yeah,
they fit. Run around.
right. And then so we get up to the cash register. I have my size and everything. Put them up there. Cashier said $107. My grandma looked at me like I was stupid, and she said, "You better go find some other shoes, bro." I went back and I found some Patrick Ewing.
Bro, were they all blue ones?
No, man, they were the black. They were black and gray or black and
Bro,
silver.
I'll never forget. That's so crazy. My might have been 7th, 8th grade year. I don't remember. I was on B team, but bro, my mama could only afford we wear wieners. Bro, they had these all blue Patrick Ewings. Mind you, Rayburn is red, white, and
Red.
black. And I'm wearing these blue ass Patrick Ewings. Like I had the most swag in the world. But the only reason I had them was because they were like $2.99 or something.
Bro.
Bro, that's
So
crazy.
so the first time I wore them, bro. The first time I wore them, I was we were practicing. I'd wore them the first day, all excited and shit. And I wore them, and we're doing I don't remember what they called them, but you ran like from
The suicides.
yeah suicide. There you go,
Yeah.
from one baseline to the other. And every time I stopped, bro, like I left a streak on the on the gym floor. And I'll never forget, man. I think I don't know if it was Melvin, but I want to say it was Cook, man. Rest in peace. I think it was
Yeah.
Cookie, man. He was like, hey, bro, where'd you get those shoes at? And I was like, hey, don't even
Wieners.
worry about that, bro. Yeah. He was like, hey, man. He's like, your stuff's scuffing up the floors, bro. And then the next year, I was like, the hell with this, man. I begged and I begged, and I was like, nobody was gonna buy them, bro. But I started working for my uncle, man, and uh, it's like kind of like under the table back in the
Yeah.
day, man. And I was paying me like $25 a day, and I think my eighth grade year, I bought the Sean Kemp Kamikaze.
Oh. Listen, I'm a Nike guy. Give me the check every day, but listen, if they come around a size 15, I'm gonna buy me some kamikazes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Like that's some stuff I couldn't afford, so I don't even like Reebok like that. But listen, if I can buy them, I'm buying them. So,
yeah, yeah.
well, listen,
Now that now that I'm getting older, man, I'm like, give me some New Balance or give me something else, man, because them Jordans are getting too
I'm wearing
big.
some Stacy Adams right now, just so you know. My
Oh, bro,
feet hurt like a mother sucker.
but you were in real estate mode, and
Yeah, I was earlier. So now I'm just trying to change people's lives. So, well, listen, my boy Erik Ankrom, Marc Apparel CEO. I appreciate
yeah,
you joining us, man, on Everyday
I appreciate
People.
you.
This is probably the longest segment ever, but I love it because they need to hear it, man. So,
Yeah.
we'll be in contact. We about to blow up with the Marbach Apparel thing, and I appreciate you, man, for taking a leap of faith, and you put me in connections with people to try to change Marbach, and I honor you, man, and just to understand when I make it big, you gonna make it big.
Yes, sir. Likewise, bro. Always, man. Like I said, we've known each
You're
other
already
too long.
big, bro. You're already big time. You're already big time.
Oh, man. Hey, do you mind if I plug in this alumni
Oh,
game?
let's go. Let's go. Plug it.
All right, man. So y'all who listening, man, if y'all went to Jay, or even if you know somebody that went to Jay, man, we're having John Jay baseball alumni game. All the proceeds go to the school. Um, all the proceeds go to the baseball team. Um, and it's February 5th, starting at noon. There's going to be a DJ. A DJ. Julian, right? Forward.
Yeah.
The plug, Jay Alamo, whatever you want to call him, man. He's going to be out there DJing. There's going to be two games: alumni versus alumni, and alumni versus the varsity baseball team, man. There's going to be food and everything, so if y'all can go out there
and we're trying to get Sammy Morris out there. I'm working on that.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, your sister just messaged me and said Brian wanted the guy's number. So
okay.
So yeah, it's going to be February 5th.
Big Marc know everybody.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I posted it.
Yeah, me too. And I sent you a DM real quick. I'm like, bro, my sister's best friends with his brother, so yeah, that's good.
And see that goes back to earlier, bro. Like you can't go nowhere and not mention Big Marc's name, and people don't know who he is. So.
Hey, I'm gonna give my sister a shout out because she made me popular. Because when I was a freshman, she was a senior, and bro, I used to be at all the parties, and I'm like, who's this fat, glassed kid dude at this senior party that don't fit in? And I was like, yo, I'm just trying to learn from everybody. What's up?
Who's this dude running around Brownlee for some reason?
Hey, BLP, babe, all day. I always tell people, when I've had too much drink, when I start calling out BLP, because my BLP boys always got my back. So, all right, man, we're gonna close this out. We're gonna close it out because look, I'm telling too much now. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna leave you with either you as a Polo boy or a Tommy boy.
Marco Polo, baby, every time.
Hey, we all need to get some Polo boots, bro.
Shit, if they make them in my size.
You probably done have some already, too.
I do.
All right, bro.
All right, baby. Be easy, man. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, later. Thank y'all for tuning in to Everyday People. My name is Big Marc, the real estate coach, Marc Mendez. We just had Erik Ankrom on from Marbach Apparel, CEO of Marbach Apparel, which I'm a business partner with. So everything's about giving back to Marbach, changing young people's lives in Marbach, and turning our pain into success. So y'all be easy. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Hey.